Hola, aquí está la señora Soto
Y la señora Jasurda.
y hoy vamos a hablar de pedir opiniones y dar opiniones. Okay, so we're going to ask for an opinion about something and we're going to give an opinion about that item that they asked. So we're talking about clothing, and we know that when we ask about things, people sometimes are honest, sometimes are not. So it depends how you feel about things. So turn to page 273 and you can follow along. Pull out your Cornell sheet to take notes, and here we go. Okay, first one, we're talking about how something looks. What do you think of it? What do you think of the green dress that I have? And I would answer, oh, it's too small. I think you should give it away. Now that would be very rude. Or you could say, it looks great on you. It's very nice, it's very pretty. Okay? So, Senora, any extra you would like to add?
Well, when we're doing this in Spanish, we use this verb, it seems to me, or how does it seem to you? So that's why we have parece here. So how does it seem to you, and whatever this thing is? In this case, el traje de baño anaranjado. So I'm going to ask you, señora, ¿qué te parece el traje de baño anaranjado?
Me parece feo y cuesta mucho. Es un robo. So, it's ugly and it costs a lot. It's a rip-off.
Okay, so I see that you're using an adjective feo here. So if I asked you about your a t-shirt, for example, ¿qué te parece la camiseta roja? Then when you answered, what would you say?
Me parece muy bonita y cuesta muy poco. Okay, so I'm saying because it's a camisa, I have to make my adjectives feminine. So I'm saying me parece muy bonita. The bonita describes the camisa. The parece agrees with the camisa, and the me is who it seems to. So it's telling me what it seems to me. And the cuesta, we're only talking about one camisa, so we're only going to use cuesta instead of cuestan. So we have to be careful with our verbs.
Okay, so if I'm reading you right then, if I said, ¿qué te parecen? This would just be a plural thing I'm asking you. So, ¿qué te parecen los zapatos de tenis? So, how do the tennis shoes seem to you? All of a sudden, everything becomes plural. So, your answer then?
Me parecen a la moda. They seem fashionable. Y me parecen muy bonitos. Now, we're talking about our tenis and parecen, so we've got to keep the verb agreeing with it. We've got to keep our adjective agreeing with. Y cuestan mucho. Still talking about the tenis. So you have to remember the me and the te are not your subjects. That they are your indirect objects and you are describing things to them, or to me, to you, to me, to him, to her. Okay? Let's go on to the next one. ¿Cómo me queda el saco? Now, this is just like parece. We're trying to figure out how the jacket fits me. So we have to think like Gustad. We're going in reverse order in this question. And the me is a person who it fits. Okay?
Okay, señora, te queda muy bien. Está a la última moda. So now I'm saying it fits you because I'm answering her question, how does it fit me? So, te queda muy bien, señora. Y está a la moda. Excelente. Okay, down to the next question then. We're asking about pricing. So, el saco cuesta $80. It costs $80. And Senora responds to me,
¡Qué caro! Because we're describing the saco. Además, está pasado de moda. So remember, we're talking about things, not ourselves. We're talking about some item.
Okay, so if I asked about the pants again, y los pantalones cortos cuesta solamente $10.
¡Qué baratos! Es una ganga. It's a ripoff because they're falling apart. Okay, es una ganga because it's a bargain. But because we're talking about pantalones, we have to make cuesta into cuestan. We have to make barato into baratos to describe. Están into, because we're talking about pantalones. Okay, so remember, en pasados, same thing. We have another adjective. Okay? La bolsa es una ganga, ¿verdad?
Sí, tienes razón, señora. Es muy barata. And again, we're describing bolsa. So our adjective has to be feminine, just like bolsa. So as you're giving your opinions on clothing and accessories that go with your clothing, just remember you are talking about that, and so if you have an adjective, it has to match. If you have a verb, it has to match. So nothing new for you, it's just a little more thought about it. So what we would like you to do is write these questions about some articles of clothing that you own and make responses that match that particular item of clothing that you are being asked about. So write them for yourself. Good luck, buena suerte. Habla español muchísimo.
Chao, nos vemos pronto.